Okay guys, Fable-5 just came out and is included in the Pro plan till the 22nd of June. Now, I have exams until the 26th of June, meaning I have to sacrifice time because I absolutely need to try this out and I cannot wait until the end of my exams. Luckily for me, I'm in my master's year, so I only have 2 exams left, which I'm basically almost done for studying. So I am going to live up to my name as a total addict dweller code dweeb, and I'm gonna try this model out. No coding really, to be honest. I just want to see what this model is capable of. Now, one problem, since I have a pro plan, I mean, how can it have 2 times the usage of Opus? Because since I have a pro plan, basically after 2 tasks on Opus Max, all my credits, or like all my tokens or whatever, my usage percentage is gone. If that's 2 times that, we only get 1 shot, and I just had snot. By the way, today's tea is a special tea. It's called oolong tea. Oh my god, that's such good tea. Anyways, Fable-5. I will try and challenge it using Claude Design. Why? Because Claude Design actually demands some creative and complex work because, yeah, you have to design like web UI, for example. But unfortunately, yeah, I have to blur this out, of course, because that's the source code of my website, which of course I cannot leak. The problem is that Fable is not available on Cloud Code yet, I don't think. Because if it's available on Cloud Code, this would be very great news. Yeah, so Fable is not available yet on Cloud Code. It's only available on the desktop app and the kind of browser thing. But good news is that it's also available on Claude Design, which means we can do some fun stuff. Yeah, how can I actually use that though? Like maybe upgrade the how we work section? Yeah, the how we work doesn't even have a custom page. What page do we need here? Maybe a about us page? So what I'm actually going to do now is kind of build a plan on Sonnet that uses less tokens so that when I give the task to Fable, it has like kind of all the challenges in the context window, right? Because if we are too broad with our instructions, it's kind of going to do whatever. And then first of all, we're going to have used all our credits without having like output that we can like really use. And second of all, I think the more details we get,
like the more specific we get, the more challenging it is for the AI to make something that we like, because the more specific a description gets, the more specific the need of the human, and then the more we expect from the model, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to try and get my needs very specific and challenge the model and see if it can actually satisfy my need, right?
We're going to use Sonnet low so that we don't use too much tokens now. Okay, so we're at 3% on a pro plan, and I want to see if we can complete the tasks with Fable before our usage limiter runs out. Now, what would be a good use case for Fable within, I'm gonna put this in caps, within the remaining, I would say about 95% usage of a pro plan? Because that's the challenge, right? We have a pro plan, and we want to be able to use Fable for like a complete task, right? We don't want like unfinished biz. So complete task within 95% usage. We do have some skills, but yeah, adding like skills into the prompts would only blow more. So let's see what we can get out of this. Sorry. So good context on Fable. It just launched today. Fable-5 is state of art on nearly all tested benchmarks with excellent performance. So yeah, this is from Anthropic. So obviously it's going to be a kind of a sales pitch for software engineering, knowledge work, vision, scientific research. Notably, the longer and more complex the task, the larger it leads over other models, right? So that's what I was thinking. We really need to think about what task and what prompts we're going to give it, because the bigger the prompt, the more details, the more we can kind of like challenge its capacity, right? It's included on Pro Max Team until the 22nd of June, so we really want to squeeze some of those use experiences out right now, because yeah, my exams end 26th, and by then I cannot test Fable. So this way I can kind of like get a taste on, okay, what can Fable do, and is it worth buying a max plan for that? Because I have like very token efficient workflows, so I can like work on very big projects like making a movie with the Higgs field and Cloud CLI without using that much tokens. So Pro plan up until now was okay, but obviously the business is scaling pretty quickly as of lately. So yeah, we'll probably be upgrading to max plans this summer. So you're essentially asking, given you have 95% usage left today, what's the highest value thing you could do with Fable? Yeah, exactly. My recommendation, start with the About page. Yeah, exactly. It's the lowest risk. It produces something you can ship. Exactly. And genuinely exercises. Yeah. I will go with the About Us page. And for like what we do page. Yeah, About Us page. And we want it to reflect the brand's identity. Our landing page. I'm just gonna kind of like give it some context here. So okay. Yeah, no lifestyle bullshit, especially because we have like C-level people coming into the company soon. It can absolutely not be about me or people coming into the C-level. It's indeed cannot be about me. I also want to add in a CTA on that page to start a project. Which, yeah, so like the starter project, what's the starter project gonna be? It's gonna ask questions and then it's gonna recommend the right model. Or it can then sing in that model to kind of like choose a different package, and then we lead them to like maybe the website's page or the media page, or some kind of JSAP like video playing or something like. So you really need to take the time to kind of like, because obviously a lot of the times projects are gonna go like this, where you kind of have to figure out how you want it to look like. And so the worst thing you can do is let AI do the thinking for you. So you kind of have to use AI to help you figure out what you have to think about. And that way you can like see what matters and what doesn't. So now I'm starting to get an idea, then it's going to recommend me things, and then I can say I like that and I don't like that, and then I can kind of like branch off in my own mind. But you can never let the AI do the thinking for you, right? So let me check what it's actually. Okay, so now it's confident enough to start making the prompt. Okay, so what we did was spar with Sonnet 4.6, so a lower model to be token efficient, and spar on like, okay, what do we actually want the task to look like? Like, what's the output of the task? And that way we can send Fable a more kind of structured prompt. Because as you can see in the guidelines of Fable, Fable is very good with like very precise and long prompts. So that's why we took the time to build a well thought out prompt that we're now going to send to Fable. But before that, I'm going to actually review the prompt. I cannot like leak too much of this. Okay, for the rest it should be okay. Okay, so simple. Your task will sound about, you know, based so okay, so we have reviewed and kind of edited where we needed to edit the prompt. And I am very, very excited what Fable is going to be able to do for us. So without further ado, I pasted 252 lines of text, as you can see here, an interactive prototype, hi-fi design. I don't know why I did that thing, that was kind of weird. And we can use animated video skills for this, front-end design skills, interactive prototype skill, send to Canva, save as standalone HTML skill, and that's it. That's all the skills we have and all the skills we need. So this is a hell, like, I think the moment it starts breathing, all my tokens are gonna be gone. Like, if I'm honest, because when I use Opus 4.8 on Max, like, all my tokens are gone within like 30 minutes. So we pray to the fucking black box of how tokens are like consumed that it will not take all my tokens. Fuck. Okay. I think we are ready to press send. Let's do this. Fable ban. So there's not like some kind of like strong or max or whatever in this case. So quick usage check, boys. Okay, so we're at 14%, which I thought I was gonna have more to start off with because of the context farming, which context farming means that you kind of like spar with the AI to gather and generate some context that you can then push on the actual chat or model that you're gonna like kind of execute the task with. But our context farming took 14%, which means that Fable is left with only 85%-ish. I just send in the task to Fable and it's gonna do some black box magic, and I'm very excited on what it's gonna come up with. So I see you in, I don't know, let's time it actually. How long? Because Slowpus was already called slow. Start. Okay, so let's see how long it takes for Fable-5 to make this about us page for the business. So yeah, we're obviously going to add 10 seconds because we were yapping for like 10 to 15 seconds before we actually triggered the thing. So all right, so we're 1.5 minutes, so it already started. Wow, verify responsive reduced motion, so it's already like writing. Wow, okay, that's interesting. We're at 2 minutes. Oh my god. Okay, I'm still busy like doing some other tasks, but I can already see on that other screen that holy balls, like, okay, let me just focus up then. What the hell is this? What? Checking the design for issues. Really? Okay, let's full expand this. Okay, so it took about 4 minutes and 30 seconds because I was still busy. So yeah, you have to like add 10 seconds from the late start button, which would make it 4:52, but then I spent about 20 seconds focusing on something else, which would bring it back to 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So Claude Fable took 4 minutes and 30 seconds to make this. So we have our interactive section. Oh my god. So when you click, it actually does this kind of thing, and then it kind of like changes into the brand logo. So it's like kind of the space-ish kind of thing. Okay, most businesses run on borrowed tools and borrowed time. Yours doesn't have to. We're probably going to change that later. Most solutions is a digital team. Flemish SVs. Oh, it found issues and it's fixing. That's really interesting. So it was like checking for like another 3 minutes and it found issues and now it's fixing them. So that's pretty cool. It's a code in media. Enterprise grade work was never too good for small businesses. And so it kind of like upgraded. That's pretty cool. Now it's still checking for issues. Okay, but that might be like heavy on our tokens, is it not? Enterprise grade work was never too good for small. So it was just priced like it was. That's true. Um, you've seen both ends of this market: the freelancer who vanished after the invoice, the agency that quoted enterprise prices for template work. Somewhere in between, your website stayed mediocre and your last post went 8 months ago. This gap isn't your fault. Structural, serious digital teams are built for companies with digital budgets, and most SMEs in Flanders run on operational ones. So we both have a yeah, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so we have a small team, full stack. So founder code and strategy. Okay, we already have like the oh that's fun. Yeah, we're growing. That's pretty good. Um wow, this button even opened my fucking my Outlook. Okay, but I can't like leak. Well, that's pretty cool. Start a project. Okay. Now, obviously this is decent, right? All of this is decent, but the question we've all been waiting for, how much tokens did this actually take? Because honestly speaking, this is something you can do with Opus 4.8. And it said that it uses 2 times as much tokens as Opus. And it's saying it's looking for issues, but I cannot see any. So I think that maybe Fable is ready for even more complex tasks than this. Okay, how much tokens did this cost us? 51%. Okay, 51%. That's actually not a lot. Now, my question is Fable overkill? Like, is it now checking for issues using tokens while visually we cannot detect any issues ourselves, which means that the ROI of spending any more tokens right now is probably not productive. Like, the ROI is kind of like stagnating, right? Like, any extra tokens that we use now will be kind of like whatever. So let's see, can I refresh the page, see if it's using any tokens? So it was 51% and it's 57%. So that means that this checking the design for issues is actually actively using tokens. So I'm actually going to stop the check because I cannot identify any issues. And yeah, so I actually want the orbs to kind of like emit a bit more light. But yeah, obviously, maybe we want to do this with Sonnet because yeah, all the heavy lifting has been done already. Yeah, now I'm using Sonnet obviously because I want to see if I can have a token efficient edit without breaking the HTML. I would say generally speaking, I recommend like using the same model for a whole task. Let's see. Wait, so this is not a Fable specific thing, checking for issues. Okay, but the performance is way down right now. And we need higher performance. I'll give it a chance to figure out this performance issue by itself first. Okay, let's switch back to Fable because I see that Sonnet kind of did not really think about performance. Okay, we are back and the usage is, I don't know how much we have left. Okay, so we have 90% used and this is what it came up with. So I'm not sure why it blurs the dots so much, but for now, that's fine, I would say. Recap. Is Fable worth it? Honestly speaking, you could get this grade or like this level of output with Opus 4.8. So, I think Fable is not worth it for these type of tasks, even though, I mean, the output is not bad. And we might use this. But yeah, you can definitely make this with Opus. So I'm not sure if the extra usage is worth it. Although it did fix our performance problem. So that's pretty cool. But again, the usage is a bit more than Opus. So even though it only went to 52% for the first iteration, because it stacked all that context to build the first iteration, the small adjustment prompts that we did asked for the extra percentage, right? Because we were at 52, now we're at 90, and we just did 2 small adjustments, which was make the orbs emit more light and then resolve the performance issue. So I would say that if you have an enterprise plan, and you work for like a consulting company like KPMG, which acquired like 247,000 licenses or some crazy number like that last week, then sure, you can like go crazy on the servers that Anthropic use. I don't know where they do all the computing. But if you're a pro plan user like me, don't do it, because you can use your tokens more efficiently if you spar with Claude and make like a task list, and then you can like kind of work on those tasks one by one instead of dumping a big task like this. You can be more token efficient, and you can oftenly have even better output than this. Okay, without further ado, I am going to stop this recording. So if you like this, drop a thumbs up, subscribe, drop a comment, share what you've been able to build with Fable that just came out. Is it worth it? Is it not? Let me know. For me, not really. You can do this with 4.8. And yeah, that's it. I'm out. Peace.